So, of course, we know that there is a huge gap where preceptors are concerned for nurse practitioners and things like that. And I don't really know what the answer is, how we're going to close that gap, what the plan is. I'm very interested to see what the conversation is at NOF when I go in 2 weeks, because it is on the agenda. Now, let me say this. I think being on the academic side and, working in clinical practice, I think there's a few things that I see that really could help new nurse practitioners. Number one, you're going to have to build yourself some clinical resources. You don't have to use the ones that you used in school or the ones that you saw your preceptors use. You're going to have to find one that you're most comfortable using. Like if you don't like up to date and that's what you were using when you were in school because they offered it to you, find something else. Maybe you can switch to the 5-minute clinical consult. Maybe you can do something else, right? So find a clinical resource. You're not going to be able to glean on memorization. You're going to have to switch from task oriented thinking to clinical decision making thinking, and that's not going to happen overnight, okay? The second thing is you're going to have to work to build your interpersonal communication, because that's how you're going to be able to serve your patients and build relationships with your colleagues, because that is the other thing I recommend. Contrary to what we hear, think, and believe, there are more people that want to support you as a new nurse practitioner than not. But you do have to be willing to build those relationships. You have to be willing to have conversation with physicians, other experienced nurse practitioners, PAs, specialists, physical therapists, pharmacists, all kinds of people that could help you serve your patients better. So we really, I think, need to get into the habit of that. And then of course there's always, some unrealistic expectations. Some of them we set for ourselves, and then some of them they may be set by the organization that you work for, and the expectations are there, but there may not be enough support there. And so you start to, get into the spirit of comparison and thinking always about making mistakes. And that is really where you're going to have to give yourself some grace, because these are things that are all normal. You've not done this before. Okay, so those are my top 3 tips. If you are a new nurse practitioner and you feel like you're struggling, number 1, find you some clinical resources that you like. Number 2, build you some relationships. Number 3, give yourself some grace.